The power to reimagine and shape personal relationships. Are you sick of society defining your relationships? Do you feel like you are reading a script? What if I told you that you can break those molds and make connections that capture your true self? This video shows how to make your friendships, family, and romance unique. Ever thought something does not quite fit in your relationships? Maybe you have wondered why your friendships are shallow or your romantic relationships do not match your values. You're not alone. Many of us unknowingly follow societal relationship norms. But what happens when those blueprints don't align with our true selves? Today's video will explain why and how to take control. We will discuss cultural expectations, connection psychology, and authentic, fulfilling relationships. Let's get started. Number 1, the cultural mold. Let's start with the cultural mold. Whether we realize it or not, many of our ideas about relationships come from societal expectations. We are taught that marriage at a certain age, having close friends, and relationship communication are normal. But these norms aren't one size fits all. In some cultures, relationships are built on close-knit, lifelong family ties. In others, independence and autonomy are highly valued. Meanwhile, more people are choosing non-traditional paths like open relationships, solo polyamory, and redefining friendship. The key takeaway? There's no single right way to form relationships. And when you free yourself from these societal expectations, you gain the power to create connections that feel right for you. Number 2, psychological insights. Now let's dig into the psychology behind relationships, starting with attachment theory. This concept, rooted in early childhood experiences, explains how we form bonds with others. Whether we have a secure, anxious, or avoidant attachment style, these patterns often carry over into our adult relationships, shaping how we connect or disconnect. But attachment styles aren't the only thing that impacts our relationships. Our self-concept, how we see ourselves, plays a major role too. For example, if you believe you're unworthy of love, you may unconsciously sabotage connections, no matter how much the other person cares. I remember when I first started exploring my own personality and attachment style. It was like a light bulb went off. I finally understood why certain relationships worked and why others didn't. Once I became more self-aware, I could communicate my needs more effectively and build healthier, more meaningful connections. Number 3, constructing your own relationship. Norms. So how do you go about constructing your own relationship norms? The foundation is communication and boundaries. Here's a simple truth. No relationship can thrive without open, honest communication. Whether it's a friendship, a romantic partnership, or even your relationship with family, being clear about your needs and expectations is vital. This also means setting boundaries that honor your values and your emotional well-being. Success in relationships isn't about following some rigid, traditional formula. It's about mutual growth. When two people, whether friends or partners, are committed to helping each other grow, the relationship becomes much more fulfilling. Number 4, navigating challenges. A visual representation of societal pressure, like words or phrases floating above people's heads. Marriage, kids, career, social approval. Of course, stepping outside the societal mold comes with challenges. Dealing with external pressure from family, friends, or even social media can feel overwhelming. And then there are your own personal barriers, those internal voices of doubt or fear. But here's where resilience comes in. Building resilience means learning to stand by your choices, even when others don't understand or agree. It also means finding support from people who respect your boundaries and celebrate your growth. Remember, you are the architect of your relationships. Number 5, the way forward. So, what's the way forward? The key is making conscious choices. Don't let relationships simply happen to you. Decide who and what matters most. Prioritize your time and energy for the people and connections that align with your values. Take time to reflect on what success in relationships looks like for you. Is it about deep emotional intimacy? Is it about shared experiences? Or maybe it's simply the comfort of knowing you can be fully yourself with the people in your life. And don't forget, relationships are fluid. What works now might change over time, and that's okay. Adaptability is one of the greatest strengths you can have. In conclusion, the power to shape your relationships lies within you. By breaking free from societal expectations, understanding yourself, and communicating clearly, you can create connections that are truly meaningful and fulfilling. You don't have to fit into anyone else's mold. So take a moment and ask yourself, what kind of relationships do you really want? And what's stopping you from creating them? If this video resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on building authentic connections and living a life true to yourself. Reimagine your relationships. Shape your own path. Thank you for watching.